Hello, my beautiful beloved ones. I'm actually outdoors in the nature. As I'm recording this, you may hear some noises here and there. So I just want to say, check in with all of you and see how everyone is doing now that we are in June. And we are here for this new moon in Gemini, which I want to talk about the 5 themes for this new moon cycle. And as every moon cycle goes through its own cycle, the full moon is mostly about releasing. The new moon is mostly about setting new intentions and new seeds of rebirthing. And so and I'm sure like every moon cycle in that regard also has some level of either releasing or renewing and setting new seeds of intention and so forth. So today, actually, as I'm recording this, is also Pluto has gone into retrograde. So it's very fitting because as new moon is about rebirthing in most cases, and Pluto is about this death and rebirth. So things that are just dying, like certain cycles, right? Like if you've had enough of like really old patterns, it's just been like building up for your whole lifetime. And and I speak for myself too, because I feel that in myself that there's been so much stuff of patterns that I've been being aware of, looking at, and there's things that I'm just done with. I've tolerated enough, and this is time to just break those cycles and set these new intentions for this new moon in Gemini. So if we look at Gemini is like this whole thing about choices. It's about duality as well. But more importantly, I feel that for this new moon, it's about certain decisions and the choices that we have. And it's just, and also about the adaptability in those choices. So when it comes to us making a decision in things, right, there is a level of change that occurs. And in that change, we find ourselves adapting to that new environment, that new situation, or that new relationship. And that's really what I love about the Gemini energy, is being able to adapt to certain situations. So speaking at it, from a collective level. And, for this appropriate new moon, because it's also in the mid year, being June is 6 months mid-year, and so it just feels very appropriate for a review of our previous past months for the year of 2023, and then moving forward for the next few months left for the year as we are getting ready to step into 2024. And we also find ourselves that we are in this, there's this Capricorn energy where Pluto was in Aquarius for a few months, and then now it's switched over to Capricorn. Capricorn is about structures, about old traditional things that it's very rigorous type energy. And so there is this bit of kind of reverting back to some of the old ways, but I feel like it's more of this clearing of, so that we're able to step more into this new energy, because then we're going to enter more into the Aquarius energy, where Aquarius is more innovative, it's more free flow, it's more about new things in our life. And so that's really where I feel from this energy. So I want to jump into some of the 5 things to know about this new moon energy. So definitely it's about setting these new intentions on this new change, because there is this change that feels like a quantum leap energy, and that's where I am as well. I've been going through some major shifts of energy inside myself, but also around myself with some of the relationships and the dynamics with people, certain people in my life. It's almost like I feel like I just completed that cycle with them. And so this energy feels like it's definitely about those choices the decisions that you're making and those choices, whatever they are. And the number 2 thing is about the shifting relationship dynamic. And so I feel like a lot of our relationships that we may have had for eons or years and years are definitely shifting and metamorphing in their own way. And like I said, I've had relationships for 20 years or so, friendships, but I feel like I'm done with it. And at first, there was some level of grief in that, but some point I also embraced some of this new change of new adventures into some new relationships. So as you can see, there is some of this level of clearing in that, but there's also this new intention of setting to connect with other relationships that are more in alignment with your own soul. It's your own soul tribe, right? If you're like into this spiritual work, you will start connecting with others who are more in alignment in that and are supportive of your more resonant with you and what it is that you come to do here on this earth in your own purpose. So the other thing too about the number 3 thing, the third thing, is because in the United States it's actually a Father's Day weekend, and so I feel like there is this divine masculine reemergence and redefining type, fine-tuning type energy, because I feel like a lot of the divine masculine is birthing out of the divine feminine energy. Divine feminine has been gaining so much strength for years now, and the energy's been building up, and so as part of that, I feel like a lot of the divine masculine energy has been rebuilding itself. And I feel like it has a lot in me because at the same time, it's also helping to serve some of the father wounds and some of the clearing with the father energy. If you feel like you've had some of this, like I know I've had so much of it in my solar plexus, and I feel like in a collective level, from a pattern standpoint, so many are also going through this clearing with father wounds energy and your power center, which is like really the solar plexus energy. And so there is this level of clearing as well that is occurring around that, but there's this new intention that is being set, because as you tend to clear certain energies that no longer serve you, you're also creating this space for these new intentions, these new seeds of energy. And so as you're planting these new seeds, then it's opening up this gateway, this portal, to set these new intentions to redefine your divine masculine energy and rebuild it in its own way. So as you're setting your own intentions for this new moon, then consider some of these new structures to be along the line of the divine masculine in a more refined, more clear types energy of the divine masculine that is more structured in supporting your own soul purpose, business energy, and whatever it is that you come to do. And so, some of the things to journal about in relation to that, and how you're healing from all this, and how this is opening up your pathway to be more clear for these new energies, and the divine masculine structure energy to be more protective of the things that you come to do, and supportive of what it is that you're building. So that, being the Father's Day is a symbolism for that. And the fourth thing to know is that you set intentions around your own self-care. I feel like this is important from a collective level, because since the pandemic, things have started to open up a lot more, and it seems like things are so accelerated right now. There is so much like information overload, and there is so much of distractions that can easily astray us or take us away from our path. And so it's important to know, to remember, let's just say, to take care of yourself as well. and not, give away your power to others, because I feel like in some ways that when we become this nurturer, of course, there's a tendency to give away some of that power. And so there's this reminder to remember to preserve your power, because it is within your own self-care that you're able to recharge yourself, so that you're able to give in a way that is appropriate for you, but not give so much that you just feel so depleted. And this is also a reminder for myself, because I myself have always been one who's always been a nurturer, and I am aware of that. So I constantly remind myself to continue to give myself self-care. And that self-care is by putting those boundaries there, to tell someone, whether somebody's crossing your boundaries, or trying to invade your space, let's just say, and you haven't invited them to come over to your space, then it's okay for you to say no. You're not forced by anybody to be interfering with your own business, let's just say, or being in your own space. So there comes a time where it's okay for us to say no. And especially if it's something that you feel that you need that respect for your own space, to be able to have your own time, and to be able to de-stress, decompress, or whatever it is that you need to give yourself that self-care, so that you're able to recharge yourself. And it's your own entitlement as well to hang out with whoever you want, sign up for whatever programs you need, be with whatever mentor you need at this time. And so all of these things just serve as reminders, and I always constantly remind myself of all of these things as well. So the final thing is to set intentions from your own heart discernment. When it comes to your own taking care of yourself and giving yourself the time that you need and the space that you need, if you need to go through some kind of reset, and listening to your own body, your own health, and being able to make decisions as well that feel appropriate, that feel more in alignment and resonate with you, without having to feel pressured by anything or anyone or any type of influence. And that's something to remember as you progress through these energies, because there is a lot of energies that are all over the place, and to me it just feels like the timelines are really up in the air right now. They're shifting, they're shuffling so much. But just remember to stay within your own heart center, keeping yourself balanced in a way that is most appropriate for yourself right now, and listening to your own body, listening to your own higher guidance and your own intuition to keep yourself in harmony, even if that means just retreating, resetting, and finding your own space to hear your own higher guidance and to attune to it and be with it. Take the time that you need right now to also make the appropriate decisions and the way forward for your own life, and how that it may impact your own others around as well. So this month I'm not doing the new moon ritual like I normally do every month, which is the circle of quantum conscious creators, but I do have my special still going on for any private sessions of one-on-one. You can find the coupon code in the description area, and it will expire at the end of June. So I look forward to connecting with all of you, but feel free to comment and let me know how things are going, how the energies have been for you for this month of June, and for moving forward. And I look forward to connecting with you very soon. I am sending you all so much love. Bye for now.